Today's tech tip highlights what tools we have in our district for creating podcasts. We've had a lot of questions over the last few weeks from teachers that are very interested in using this idea of creating podcasts for students to show what they know. We're going to highlight today one called Beautiful Audio Editor. Now, podcasting stands for Personal On-Demand Casts, where students only hear the audio of what it is they're listening to, and it takes us back to old-time radio. Vodcasting is video on demand, and a lot of times we'll see students use this when they voice over maybe a slideshow of visuals that would support what they're saying. So podcast basics, it's important to remember that when students are creating a podcast, it's going to go much more smoothly if they plan first. They design an outline, they even might script the whole thing out ahead of time. Then they practice it before they actually record it. And finally, then they record it and upload it to wherever it is that they're going to place it for others to listen to. Now, the apps that we would use for this would be Beautiful Audio Editor, which has been okayed for elementary, middle school, and high school students to add to their Chromebooks, Screencastify as well, and then Google Slides for the vodcasting. For Beautiful Audio Editor and Screencastify, the built-in audio does work just fine, the microphone that's on the Chromebooks, but many students have those headphones that come with their cell phones that have a built-in mic on them that might help with audio, or if they have their own mic, they could use that as well, but they should be just fine with the regular audio on their Chromebooks. Now, because we want to store the podcast on Google Drive, we can get to Beautiful Audio through Google Drive. So if I go here under New, and you can take your students here as well, go down to More, and scroll down to the bottom and say Connect More Apps. Once you've clicked on Connect More Apps to Drive, students can search Beautiful Audio. And there it is, Beautiful Audio Editor, and they can add it. They would just click right there where the green Rate It button is. I've already added it. So then when they want to create a Beautiful Audio tour, they would just go here under More, come down and choose their Beautiful Audio Editor, and then they're right there into the Beautiful Audio Editor. Once they're in Beautiful Audio Editor, they can rename it. It always makes this will be my practice one. And then I come down here, I hit record, and now I'm recording. It's a practice recording. It shows that it is recording as it moves, but you won't actually see the voice waves until we push stop. So I stopped it. It's still moving, so I'm going to use my space bar to pause it. And then I can just come right back here, and then I can hit play. I hit record, and now I'm recording. It's a practice recording. It shows that it is. That's it. Once I've recorded my podcast, I can use the tools up here to crop it. I can add more sound effects into it if I want by finding some online and loading them up there. When I'm done, I hit Save Project to Google Drive, and it's going to save my project right there, and then I can share it with my teacher or post to Classroom or whatever I'd like to do with that podcast. And for help, once you're in Beautiful Audio Editor, if you click on the Help menu, it's going to send you to a document here that will take you through how to create a project. It talks about what all of the bar menu looks like, and it will take you down through all of those. This would be really great to have middle schoolers and high schoolers read ahead of time before they actually start this. If somehow they get here first, they can go click on this Drive app, and it'll take them straight to the Chrome Web Store, and they can import the app from there. But it's super important that they create the project in Drive. If they don't create it in Drive, they can't save it to Drive. So they have to create it from Drive to save it there. They could save it, but then they would have to upload it to Drive later. So some ideas of what students could do with a podcast: they could do the weekly newsroom, classroom broadcast, they could document a field trip, record a class discussion, share book reviews, record and perform a reader's theater by adding sound effects in there with different characters so multiple students could add to it. They could review something in the curricula. There's a lot of possibilities for podcasts. And finally, here's a final slide that has just a couple of websites that students could go to get free sounds from, or they could just Google free sounds. It's super important that they use sounds that are not copyrighted when they make these podcasts, or they can record their own sounds. And finally, if students are interested in doing a screencast where they record their voice over visuals that they have, we do have a tech video about Screencastify that I will place in the notes for this video.